Today's English chat for TOEFL 2019. Today is September 17. And today, I practice integrated speaking part 2. And I like to practice in part 2 because it includes reading passage and listening part and also speaking part. So it includes all the things. So I like it. I mean, part 3 also includes reading and listening and then the speaking part, but the listening part is a little bit boring. You mean they always have one long example, so it's not challenging. That even if you mistake listen, you can make up or compensate, or you can make up. But as for speaking part 2, there are two reasons or two supports for the students' opinions. So it's very if you mistake about listening, it's very difficult. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to make up. So I think it's better to practice part 2. I mean, as for part 4, you mean the last question, I think it's also difficult, but it doesn't include reading passages. But so I don't practice. But like, if I want to improve my listening skill, I think I should study or practice more about part 4 because they only have listening part and speaking part. The listening part is very long and it includes a lot of information and also difficult. But I think it's more difficult to study practice integrated writing. I mean, for me, the integrated writing is most difficult about the listening part. Yep. Anyway, today I think it will. Yeah. A little bit, the speaking part is not good. I couldn't speak fluently, but my structure was good and I could listen, so I think it was good. Yep. And today I went to not a library. I went to bookstore. I just like bookstore. Yeah, I know that recently the more and more electric book. I don't know how to. Electric ebook is more becoming common, and also like ebook. Yeah. If you want to just look over some information or read some comics, I think it's better to get ebook because it doesn't waste paper and doesn't waste some places. You don't have to store. You don't need any spaces. I think ebook is really better than usual paper. But as for regarding studying, I think it's still the real paper book. Using paper book is still more effective for me. I think this for several reasons, and most reason is I can write down some notions or ideas on the paper. I think it's very difficult to do that in the electric ebook. Even if you have some iPad and some touch pen, I think it's pretty better and easy for me to write in real paper. And if you want to read some textbook, the paper is much easier to think over. Think over, and the paper book is much easier to realize, understand. Understand the structure of the book. As for searching some specific word, I think ebook is much better because much easier, because you only have to enter some keywords under the search engine. It's like kind of search service, and if you can find the specific words and places very fast and very easy, and it's compared to the real paper book. But in the paper book you can like see all the pages at once, and like I think it's better for me to like understand or realize the structure or outline of the book. It's difficult for me to understand, but it's difficult for me to explain. But I still like real paper books. If I want to study something, I can write it. So yeah, so ebook and real paper book both have good points, and I still like paper books. I like reading something book. I just like the preference of the book. Like I like smells, or it's kind of strange, but I like the preference of the book. I like smell the books. I like take some books and look. I like those feelings, and anyway, I like. The point is, sometimes I feel like going to the bookstores and just looking some books or walking the shelves makes me happy. So I went to the bookstore today. And so much for today. Thank you very much for watching.